Testing. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to begin now.
Okay, hold there, please. מזמור לדוד, אדוני רואי לו אכסר, בנאות שירביצני על מי מנוחות ינעלני. נפשי אשובב ינחני במגלי צדק למען שמו, גם כי אלק וגצל מוות לא ירא כי אתה עמדי. שבטך ומשענתך המה ינחמוני, תערוך לפני שולחן נגד צורריי, ושענת בשמן ראשי כוסי רוויה. אך טוב וחסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי, ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. The words of the 23rd Psalm, Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Giving me repose in green meadows, leading me beside the still waters to revive my spirit. Guiding me on the right path, for that is God's essence. Though I walk through a valley of the shadow of death, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your staff and your rod comfort me. You prepare a banquet for me in the presence of my foes. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and kindness shall be my portion all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Thank you everyone for coming out, and also thank you everyone at home for tuning in. This is a sacred occasion where we are all gathered here to say farewell to Sheldon Altman Z, who is also known for the Jewish people by his Hebrew name, Shimon ben Eliezer Udevora, Zichrono Livracha. He was the son of Louis and Doris Altman of blessed memory, the husband of the late Sheila of blessed memory, the brother of Phil Altman, the father of Michelle Altman and Richard Altman, and also of Barbara Altman, Zichrono Livracha, of blessed memory. He was the grandfather of Louis, Debbie, and Jade. Sheldon passed away on Monday, May 6th, at the age of 90. It's always interesting to notice how Hebrew names, according to the rabbis, reflect our divine purpose, even if we are not aware of it. According to the rabbis, when we receive our Hebrew name, it's not something we use just to be called to the Torah or to be written on our tombstones. It's more than that. It's a reminder to the soul about its mission in this world. Sheldon's name was Shimon, means he had heard. And I find it interesting because the first thing Michelle and Richard told me about their father was Sheldon was very well known. Everyone heard about him and recognized his achievements. Shimon. And at the same time, something very interesting happened towards the end of Sheldon's life, where he simply knew, or he heard, God's calling. So he knew that the end, the time to be reunited with his beloved Sheila, was coming. He kept saying, end of the line, and accepted with peace in his heart his passing to the world to come. But Sheldon was perhaps better known as a hard-working man. As Rabbi Tarfon, a sage who lived in the period of the destruction of the Second Temple, around the year 70 of the Common Era, taught. The day is short, the work formidable, the workers are lazy, the wages are high, and the employer impatient. In this quote, you can see Rabbi Tarfon's passionate desire to teach how important it is to commit yourself to your work. I believe he puts God in the role of the employer, and even goes so far as to say that God is impatient. He's saying that God eagerly desires for you, for all of us, to take our responsibilities in this world very seriously by contributing to society through our work. We all come to this world with special talents, with special skills. Why would God give us certain abilities if not to use them in our workplace? Torah says we have to rest on Shabbat, but it also says that we have to work for 6 days. Rabbi Tarfon also taught it's not your job to finish the work, but you are not free to walk away from it. So, the reward is high for those who do the work of the Creator with passion and honesty, the way Sheldon did. So, to hear more about Sheldon's life, I would like to invite Richard to come to the microphone to eulogize his father.
Thank you. until now, I really didn't think that his Hebrew name was Shimon. I mean, I know it was Shimon, but everybody that knows him called him Shimmy, and now I kind of understand how that happened. Without having anything prepared except to further emphasize what the rabbi said that he did say into the line, it was a phrase that came up with my mom when she was ill, and then for himself, as he recognized, which is difficult to be that honest with yourself, especially at that point. But he knew who he was, and he's a very reliable person. And his influence very far-reaching, but never interested in being especially visible, but still honest and caring and responsible. He told me one phrase, try to be beyond reproach. And he never explained it or why he would say it, but he did say it. And it has to do just with that honesty that he tried to and mostly successfully lived by. And so I'm speaking for myself and my sister, and we both know that obviously he's not suffering. He's now beginning the process of hopefully finding my mom, finding his mom, and whatever that process is that we don't know. There's not a lot of sadness, which is important to think about. And that's very much what he's like. Just a very realistic person who understood that's it. He was a realistic person who understood. And everybody knew him as Shimmy. And if you want to learn about him, you could. There's a lot about him online. And he really liked basketball. So, on that light note, thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Just, if I may share with all of you this story that the family told me. That was very interesting. In his youth, he liked basketball so much that he even joined. It was a Christian place, so he will have access to the court to play there. And then he realized that there were many other Jewish boys doing the same thing, so they're all playing together, and it's very interesting, and pointed out this characteristics of Sheldon, that he was a very smart person who did many different things in life. I don't know too many people that they would be recognized for his ability with numbers, but also work at a carnival before. So he really knew how to shine everywhere he was. It's a very interesting skill that he had. So may his memory be a blessing for all of you. And in a minute, we're going to continue with the memorial prayer. There's one more thing. The memorial prayer de El Maleh Rahamim. Hail Maleh Rachamim, Shochem Bameroimim, Hametzei Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei HaShekhinah במעלות קדושים, קדושים וטהורים, Gezoyer Rakia Mazirim Et Nishemat Et Nishemat Shimon Ben Eliezer Udevora שהלך לעולמו בעבור שאנו מתפללים ועד אזכרת נשמתו בגן עדן בגן עדן תהי מנוחתו לכם על הרחמים אהסתירהו בסדר כנב לעולמים וצרור בצרור החיים החיים את נשמתו אדוני ונחלתו וינוח ושלום על משכבו ונאמר אמן. Exalted, compassionate God, grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure to the soul of Sheldon Altman, who has gone to his eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your eternal embrace. May his soul be bound up in the bond of life. May he rest in peace. Let us all say, Amen. So before we recite the Mourner's Kaddish, now that I have your attention, I would like to share with you a few announcements. Number one, that immediately after this service is over, everybody is invited to the meal of consolation that is going to happen at Temple Shalom. If somebody needs any assistance with reaching the elevator, somebody will have to run inside the building and the access will be prepared. Okay? And also, the Shiva will be private. The family would like to extend special thanks to the staff from the 5 North Victoria Hospital for all their care to Sheldon. And also, donations on Sheldon's memory could be made to the Sheila and Sheldon Altman Community Fund at the Jewish Foundation of Manitoba, or your charity of preference, of course. I would like to invite everyone now to join me in the recitation of the words of comfort, the words of the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabah, ve'alma tivirach hiruteh, ve'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chayei dechol Beit Israel, ba'agala u'bizman kariv ve'imru, Amen. יהא שמר רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה. יברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה נמירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום אמרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. מקום ינחם אתכם בתוך שלום לציון בירושלים. May God bless you and comfort you. Let us all say Amen. So we have one more thing to do here before we proceed to the meal of consolation, and it is to participate in the burial. So there is an open invitation here for everyone to come forward, pick up a shovel, and to put some earth on top of Sheldon's coffin. According to the rabbis, this is an act of kindness. Is our way to pay tribute to Sheldon in a beautiful way. So I would like to invite Michelle, Richard, to be the first. So now there is an open invitation. Everybody's invited to come forward, pick up a shovel, put some earth on top of the coffin, and after that, please feel free to return to your transportation to proceed to the meal of consolation. Please remember to wait for the family to arrive to Temple Shalom before you partake of the meal. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you everyone at home for tuning in.